Hello, my name is Emily Iannelli, and I am male to female transgender, and I'm trying to get back into making videos. It's been quite a long time since I made my videos that center around what it's like to be transgender and to grow up in a society where it's looked upon as negative. I think that for me, it took some time to adjust to how I feel. Um, I knew from an early age that I was different. And for people who don't have issues with their gender identity, it's not so easy to understand. And I'm not judging people for their opinions or feelings, but I think that transgender people have a right to live their lives as they feel they should, and they shouldn't be judged by others. We're people and we have feelings and emotions, and we should not have to suffer because of how we live or how we are as people. The transgender community is vital to our existence. We need to be able to find resources and places where we can feel comfortable and be our true selves. I felt the need to find such a place. I was going for quite some time, but I hadn't attended now for over 2 years. And I feel a sense of loss because I identify with people who are similar to me. And I think it's important to find such people because we have something in common. Not many people can identify with us because they don't know what it's like to be what we are. I knew from an early age that I was different. I was 3 years old, and I knew that I couldn't tell anybody, not even my parents or my sisters. I knew that I had to live with the secret, and I've lived quite some time with that secret. But then you come to an age where you feel there's no way you can continue that. It's very difficult. And I have had setbacks in my life for not coming out and also for coming out. It's a very hard thing to understand and explain. But when you don't come out, you feel a sense of loss because you're not being true to who you are, and you don't get to express the real you, and that's a very difficult thing to live by, to not be free to address who you are, to dress how you feel more comfortable, and to express your true colors, your true self, who you are. The flip side is if you do come out, you stand to lose a lot. You can lose your job, you can lose family, you can lose your friendships, and that's a lot to lose. So, either way, it's not good. Um, I made the choice years later that I could no longer live a lie. And I came out in my early 50s. And for me, it was important to come out, but it has affected me in so many ways. I lost my job. I lost a lot of friends. My two sisters don't speak to me. My wife, it took a long time for her to come to terms with my situation. And my son misses me as a father. And he doesn't like the fact that I changed. So it's a very emotional and difficult situation to be in. Um, I also wanted to transition fully, which was something that I've always felt from 16 years old on in my life. I always felt one day I would have a gender change surgery that would make me feel complete as a female. And I was ready to go forward with that surgery in my middle 50s. The problem was I was also going through a severe depression, and I wasn't quite up to the change because I felt I wasn't in the right frame of mind. And when you're talking about such a surgery, bottom surgery, it is a very difficult surgery. It's a life altering surgery. And there's a lot of maintenance that you have to abide by in the wake of the surgery. And I just wasn't emotionally prepared to face all of that. So, 2 weeks before my scheduled surgery, I phoned my prospective surgeon and the doctors who would have been involved in my surgery, and I told them that I'm not ready to do the surgery. And it was one of the difficult uh, realities that I had to face because I did truly want to do the surgery. However, I wasn't really ready to do the surgery. And I have lots of friends who've gone through the surgery and they seem very happy and they're glad that they did. So I have regrets. I feel like I lost out on something that I truly wanted to do. But I can't be that hard on myself because in reality I feel I had to make that decision because I'm not going to jeopardize my mental well-being if I'm not feeling well emotionally. And I've been battling with depression and suicidal ideation. I've been in the hospitals because of it. And I don't know how that surgery would have affected me in the aftermath. Um, I certainly would like to try again to do the surgery, but it's becoming increasingly more difficult from a financial point of view. And the health insurance companies are trying to make it more difficult to cover those surgical procedures. So I think in my reality that I passed up an opportunity that could have worked out for me, but I took the safer route by not going through with it based on my depression. I am going to a psychiatrist and a therapist because I need to. I also have family issues that I'm dealing with. I have a son who's struggling and he's 20. I have financial difficulties. I've been out of work for a number of years and I'm trying to get back into a normal routine and also work again, but as a female. I need to let my hair grow out because I'm very self-conscious that I had it cut, which was a big mistake. I thought that cutting my hair and dressing in men's clothing again, which I would never want to do ever again, would help me in trying to reestablish myself in the workforce. But all it did was send me into a deep depression spiral, and I felt I was not happy. In fact, I became more depressed and more self-conscious. I'm not happy with the way my hair looks right now. I feel depressed. I've gained weight, which I'm very upset about. I have to go on a diet and a program to help me slim down to a more appropriate weight for my height. I also want my hair to grow out, at least have my hair down here again like I used to. And I want to be able to smile and be happy again. If surgery isn't going to happen for me, at least I can still present as a female outwardly, which is really most important to me. I also need to take care of my son and help him navigate life. And that would be very difficult for me to do as a male or if I committed suicide. So I have to be strong emotionally and not dwell on such a prospect. I admit that I've been thinking of suicide because I am extremely depressed. I am extremely self-conscious of how I look. I feel that people laugh at me and obviously don't understand me. And I feel a big sense of loss, not being able to work right now, not being accepted by people. There are some nice people who accept me, but there are a lot of misinformed people out there who don't care and they don't understand. And that's what scares me. I need to find a place where I can work and do what I'm supposed to and be treated with respect and dignity and not be the subject of scorn or hatred or made fun of just because I'm different. Life is complicated enough, and I'm just trying to be who I am and how I feel. I feel most comfortable in a dress, and I feel more comfortable with longer hair, and I want to live my life as a female. It was a complete failure when I tried to go back to be my former self. When I cut my hair at a styling salon and then started wearing men's clothes again, I was so upset and depressed, and I didn't care about my life. And I was suicidal at that time because I don't like to wear men's clothes. And it's not just the clothes, it's the image. I had to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. I feel much more comfortable presenting as a female, dressing as a female, acting like a female, looking like a female, and hopefully my hair will grow out so I can feel more comfortable about myself. I am not a vain person. I just want to be treated and appreciated for who I am and not be discriminated against or treated with disrespect. I want to be my own person. I want to be happy. I want my son to be happy, my family to be happy. I just want to be who I was supposed to be, and I don't have regrets. However, I do realize the possibility of a tragedy happening because of my transition, and I didn't transition to take my life. That would be the ultimate tragedy because I deserve to live. I deserve to be who I am, and I should not be ashamed of that. I should not let society tell me who I should be and who I shouldn't be. They don't have a right to control my life. I don't need the government trying to wipe us off the face of the earth because we're different. We're people, and we deserve our lives, and we deserve to be treated like human beings, and we are human beings. Even though we're different, it doesn't mean that we have to be treated with disdain and hatred. We're not hurting people. We're just trying to be truthful to ourselves. And that is what I will always stand for, because I tried to go back and it was a mistake. And I wish that I never cut my hair. And people say it will grow back, but it's going to take a lot of time for that to happen. And I can only try to do what I can with what I have. And I still need to understand that I am a good person, and I don't want to feel like I have to commit suicide. That would be the ultimate tragedy, for the reason being that I would never have had a real opportunity to live my life as a transgender woman. I would deprive my son of his father, and I would hurt my family, my wife, possibly my two sisters, and my in-laws, and I don't want to do that. However, I need to be peaceful. I need to have a feeling that people accept me and love me for who I am. I am not trying to force myself on others. I just want to be free, to be me, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Life is complicated enough, as I said, and I don't need to have more complications. I just want to be me. And I know there are a lot of transgender people out there who are looking for answers and trying to be themselves, trying to find their happiness, their joy, their comfort zone. We all want to be happy and comfortable in our skin, and we all want to wear the clothes we identify with, and we all want to be treated with dignity and respect as any other person. We're no different. So I say from the bottom of my heart that I am a transgender woman. I'm a good person. I love my family. And the only thing I hope for is for my wife and my son to have a happy and prosperous life, that I can be truthful to who I am, and that I can be given a chance to work again, to live my life, to be understood and accepted, and to be given a chance to make a living, so I don't have to worry about possibly losing my house, losing my car, being homeless. If that were to happen, I would definitely have no choice but to take my life. And I don't want to die. I want to live, but I don't want to lose everything in the process. I need to be understood, treated properly, given a chance to make a living, to provide for my family, to help my son get through his difficulties, and to find peace and happiness. I don't want me to become a statistic. I lost my parents to mental illness. My mom was 50, and I lost my dad to depression and also suicide. And I don't want to have to resort to that. I have too much to do in my life. I just want to live and find peace and be accepted and given a chance to live, so I can provide for my son, my wife, my family. That's what I need. That's what I want. and I want to be free to be who I truly am, which is a transgender woman, and I have no shame for that. I feel it takes courage and a lot of a lot of risk. You risk a lot, but it's all for your happiness. And what is life without happiness? We all want that. We all want to be happy. And that's why I am trying to express that in my video. I think it's important to realize that life is worth living if you find who you truly are and you stick to that and you don't give in to society, because that's a dangerous thing, and we don't ever want to be miserable. We want to be accepted and live in a peaceful way. Thank you.